من 4 سال داشتم و در قریه دکانی ولایت بامیان زندگی می کردم. سال 1999 بود زمانی که طالبان بعد از یک محاصره طویل و خونین قریه ما را تصرف کردند. من و فامیلم بخشی از گروه کوچک مردمی بودیم که از آن نسل کشی نجات یافتیم. من چیز زیادی از آن زمان به یاد ندارم، ولی کاکایم سید عبدالله که مانند من از آن مصیبت نجات یافت هنوز در این قریه زندگی می کند. او مرا به مغاره برد که خیلی آشنا به نظر می رسید. من این مغاره را می شناسم.
تو خود 4 ساله بودی تقریبا برادر جانی، تنبان هم نداشتی. اینجا تقریبا زن و سیاست و بچه از ساعت ملازان تاریک تا شام اینجا بود. اینجا اون دروازه از گل میکردیم، سنگ میچیندیم که اگر می آمدم اینجا فکر نمیکرد که اینجا خانه است. کار بود. یعنی میتونید یک فضای حبس زندگی میکرد.
The video you just watched was part of a small part of a documentary I made as my first project at Afghan Voices. The reason I made this documentary was not only to explain the story of how my family and I survived the genocide that Taliban committed in 1999, but also to explain the story of thousands of other Afghans, and also to remind ourselves, to remind Afghans about the great responsibility that we have towards our country, and about the responsibility that this survival has put on my shoulders. So I'm Suleiman Amanzad, and I come from Kabul, Afghanistan, and I'm a member of Afghanistan's New Generation Organization, a youth empowerment NGO based in Kabul. Our mission is to empower Afghan youth in order for them to become effective change advocates in their communities and not to remain silent on what's going on in their country. We have been running since 2010, and some of the work that we have done, I'm going to start with Sarak Awal. When you live in Kabul, every day you see tens of children working on the streets of Kabul. They're aged between 4 to 17 years old. They wash cars, they sell chewing gums, they beg, and many, many other works instead of going to school. So for us, being a member of the society, we decided to do something for this. So we started Sarak Awal, or in English it means first street, as the idea we had was the first step. What Sarak Awal does is, it runs voluntarily by our team based in Kabul. They find the sponsors for each kid who are willing to pay $50 a month to the family of these kids, and the family of these children will take responsibility of sending their children into school instead of sending them into streets. This way, we thought we could have a more of a long-term solution for this, and we could literally see children from the streets of Kabul going into schools, into computer classes, and into social media, Facebook and Twitter. Our work does not just end there. For us, it's about our youth and about their responsibility towards their country. And more importantly, it's about nurturing the spirit of patriotism in the nation. I remember a while back in 2011 and before that, as I grew up, due to security concerns, there was no fair celebration of our national days in Afghanistan. Even people close to me, they didn't know what day was our Independence Day. It was almost difficult to find a flag of the country. It was almost difficult to find so many flags in the provinces and even in Kabul. So in 2011, we believed that to nurture the spirit of patriotism in Kabul, a great symbol could be flag of the country. Despite a huge attack happened in Kabul, we organized a rally of more than 10 cars with Afghanistan's flags and loud patriotic music, and we printed thousands of sticker flags of the country, and we rallied all across Kabul, distributing these flags, playing music, and celebrating this day the way it should have been celebrated. This was a symbolic movement not to just inspire Afghans to take ownership of their national days, but also to show to the world that Afghanistan and the Middle East is not exactly what is shown in the media. Of course, that's one side of the reality. But the other side of the reality, and in particularly in my country, is the historic social transformation that is going on that is facilitated by the new technology, mainly utilized by the youth. By the youth who make 68% of the population in Afghanistan. Mainly due to the fact that they grew up in the last 10 years with computer, internet, and the new technology. So part of our mission is to deliver a more realistic picture of Afghanistan to the world by making documentaries, by organizing dialogue between Afghan students and students in other countries like the US. For us, being young and being energetic and doing all these things, results matter a lot. If it's a short-term result, or if it's a long-term result. Being a for talking about the short-term results, our dialogue has only helped to raise awareness about Afghanistan in the West and other countries, but it has also encouraged Afghan students and Afghan youth to take part in this social transformation that we have been going through. And in a celebration of the Independence Day, I remember for the short-term results and the days that we celebrated Independence Day, in each corner of the city that we were going, we could see Afghans, young, old, men, women. They could just stand there. Most of them, they even hugged our colleagues. They kissed they were kissing our colleagues. And even our national police and national army soldiers, when they saw our rally, they would stand up and they salute us. Within the second and third year of our celebration, we had youth coming to us from more than 10 provinces of the country. These youth were the first who started this celebration in their communities. And I could say today that they have realized the spirit of patriotism in their communities and in the country. A good example of that could be when Afghanistan won its first soccer championship of South Asia. You could literally see every Afghan in every street of Kabul and the provinces with an Afghan flag in their hands. Ladies and gentlemen, the main question is that why I do what I do today. What inspires me, what compels me not to remain silent. I believe that my survival, I survived the genocide, but thousands of other Afghans, thousands of other youth, they got killed. And this genocide, it puts a great responsibility. It puts a great responsibility on my shoulders not to remain silent and take part in about to bring peace, justice, love in my country and at large to the world. Thank you so much.